How's it going? I thought we'd do a little video on AI, on movement. By all means, if you guys want to see more of this style of thing with AI, I can expand on this for a needs system, a wandering system, combat, whatever. By all means, comment below, like and subscribe type of idea, of course. But this AI is using RootMotion. It moves nice and smooth. For the most part might need a few tweaks, but I thought we'd get into how something like this is built. It is it's kind of one of those hidden things. It's hard to make until you make it and you're like, oh yeah, that's so easy. So I'm not going to remake the animator. The animator, to save time, okay, so we have speed and direction. These are both just floats, right? You want to add a float, there it is. All we need is a blend tree. We don't actually need this one. I was going to do backwards, but I'm not going to bother with it. But we have a blend tree here for speeds. Speed, going backwards, idle, walking, and running. Each blend tree is, we're going to run left, run straight, run right, based on -90 to a 90. Right? Same thing, walking, same thing, but idle, and then I was going to set up backwards, but I'm not going to bother with that for time. We're going to remove those. We don't need them. So we have apply root mode. You actually don't need to worry about this right now. But we have our animator. We have a nav mesh agent. That is all we have. So ideally, how do we turn the AI? How do we make him face a direction? We need an FSM to cover direction. And what we're going to do is we need to do a few different things here. We need a look at, and ideally what we're going to do is we're going to build a little empty game object. That's why it was here before, called compass. And it's just going to sit there. It's not going to do anything else. I can move it backwards just a bit. And what we're going to say is we want this compass to look at a target position. Now, this is where things get are kind of tricky. It's not the target you're looking at. It's not your enemy. Something else is we have this get agent steering target. That's what we want to store every frame. And what that is if say the agent was going to move over here, he would have probably a steering target, well, around here and here to get to here. It's the points of turns, right? And that's what we want our AI to do. If you, based off your target, he's going to aim at the target and run straight into that block, and we don't want that. So get steering target at position. Now we're going to put him below. We want the compass to look at that target position, and then we're going to get the negative rotation. We want the negative rotation of that compass. Store the Y every frame. Now you could just set that straight into the animator and it will technically work. I personally don't like that. I find it to cause more jerkiness. So we want the Y to compare to 0 with a tolerance of 15. And if it's less, move left. If it's greater, go right. Right, so now we're going to go like this. And we're just literally going to copy that and paste. Don't need to redo the start. And we're going to go right and go left. This guy doesn't have a right, and this guy doesn't have a left. So this guy is literally going to do the exact same thing, but he doesn't have a right. And this guy doesn't have a left. Right? Now you're probably wondering, well, why would I do such a crazy thing? And this is why. Because now, in the middle one, we want to set direction to 0 with a dap time of say 0.3 every frame. And then over into the right one, we're going to set it to the Y every frame. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. And what that'll prevent him to try to correct his angle when like he's only like a couple degrees off, kind of idea, right? Is that compass looking? Compass is looking at target. Oh yeah, he doesn't have a steering target right now. But if I was to spin that compass, he's going to start moving. So next, we're going to make a thing called, we want to sync. This is kind of like AI RootMotion. It's just called Nav Mesh Agent Animator Synchronizer. And that's it. You just make an FSM, put it on, and call it good. Next, we want the agent to actually move. So we want him to target the cube. Right? Now that isn't going to do anything, except for now we can actually spin him using the cube. Right? He's always going to move because he's trying to follow in a smooth motion that compass, and the compass is always looking at his target. So next, agent get remaining distance, store distance every frame, float remap. I don't know if you guys have ever used it. It's a beautiful way to just make float be in a certain scale, certain range. So what we're saying is this float remap is going to be 1 to 4. It's going to remap it from 1 to 2. And we're going to store that as speed. Set animator float. If I have more time, like once the speed is low, lots of times I'll do a flow compare, come out of that and tell the agent, okay, you know, it's low enough, just stop. And we're also going to give him a damp time. So now, if I hit play, here we have an agent that wants to chase his cube around using RootMotion. He's actually turning and stuff, right? Looks a lot nicer and smoother than a lot of other simple AI solutions. Let's check what we have for time. We have 9 minutes. Wow, that's pretty good. So I'll just go ahead and end the video there. I'm just going to add this one thing in. So like I said, now if you add a float compare, and this prevents when there's just that little bit of distance just at this wrong spot, and he moves kind of funny. I don't know. But if the speed is, I don't know, we'll say 0.25. If it's less than that, we're just going to tell him to stop. You know, there's just no point in trying to find tone, fine detail, that kind of stuff. And I'll just copy that state. Now, of course, the difference here is now if we are greater, we want to go there, not less. But we don't want to set the animator float to speed anymore. We're going to set it to 0. Just call it good. And it's one of those smaller details that isn't necessarily needed, but it's once things, you see how he's kind of moving real slow there, so I could probably adjust some of those distances, but that's one of the things that little thing will fix if you up that, right? See how his speeds or his distance, right? I probably messed that up. So distance, okay, if distance is, we'll say, well, we'll say 1, right? And 1. I'm going to change it to distance. So I mean, if you're within 1 meter, just stop, you know. Oh, he's trying to stop. Well, I guess that 1 meter is probably still a little too small, eh? Yeah, let's say, yeah, we'll go 1.5. 1.5. 1.5 meters away, it's good enough. You can nice distance for attacking and stuff, right? Yeah, see how he stopped there? I mean, I could probably even expand it a little more, but he's not trying to slowly creep in. But anyways, I think that's about all the time we have for today. If you like the video, of course, like I said, hit that like button and stuff, comment below, and I can expand this and add in attacking, taking damage, adding in whatever sounds, throwing in a need system, wandering scripts, whatever, line of sights and stuff like that. But yeah, so that is AI with RootMotion. Catch you later.